Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask Erin Pavlina. Today's question comes from Nikki. Nikki writes, if a psychic tells me something is going to happen, is there any way I can change it, or is it definitely going to happen? Nothing is set in stone. You can change your future, you can change the outcome of a prediction, but here's what you need to know about that. It's true that nothing is set in stone, so how can a psychic tell you what's going to happen? What's happening is when a psychic tunes into your energy, he or she is reading your current energy as it is right now, and also looking down the path to see what's going to happen to you if you stay on that path. So when a psychic gives you a prediction, they are telling you what they see as the culmination of the path you are currently on. If you don't like the outcome that he or she is seeing, then you have the opportunity to change course and do whatever, make changes so that you do not end up with that outcome. The changes you make may or may not work, but you have the opportunity to change your course. Years ago, when I was in 10th grade, a psychic told me that I was going to go camping for my first time, but it was going to be a really rough experience. Well, that didn't sound terribly thrilling, but I wasn't really planning to go camping anyway, so I just kind of filed it away in the back of my mind. A few months later, a friend calls me up and says that he and another guy were planning to go camping with a third guy who dropped out at the last minute, and they wanted to know if I wanted to go with them. I did want to go. I did want to go camping, but all of a sudden I remembered the prediction that the psychic had made for me, and she said it would be a really rough experience, and so I made a very conscious decision not to go on the camping trip. So as it turns out, the two guys who went ended up going hiking. They got very, very lost. One of them had a hypoglycemic attack, and the other person had to go try to find help, and it was a very hard, arduous, long experience, and they definitely had a rough time of it. So I feel like I was able to change that outcome, but I don't feel the psychic was wrong because she did accurately predict what would happen. I just chose not to step into that reality because it did not sound pleasant to me. That's another reason that going to a psychic can be very beneficial, because if you can find out what's coming up on the path that you're on, if you don't like it, you can prevent it. Always be sure to ask the psychic about other paths that she or he sees as possibilities for you. So do not just take what the psychic says as fact or as fate. You can change the outcome, but you need to know what the outcome is going to be. So sometimes when I'm doing a reading for a person and they ask me what's going to happen, I tell them what's going to happen if they make no changes, if they stay on this trajectory. But I also tell my clients if there's a better outcome for them, I tell them exactly how to get to that outcome so that they don't have to struggle. So that is one of the benefits of going to a good psychic, is finding out what's going to happen and preventing it if it's bad, and finding out some details to make sure you can make it happen if it's good. So very good question. You can definitely change your fate.